Hi, and good morning. Today is Friday, December 27th, 2024. I hope you had a happy Christmas and you're looking forward to a bright new year in 2025. I'm Mike Knoll. My topic today is the second step in the 8 disciplines 8D problem solving methodology, which is D2, define the problem. Now, each step in the 8D methodology is critical, including this one. The output of this step is, at minimum, a written problem statement that will focus the activities of the following steps. Now, starting off, you can use 5 W's and 2 H's to guide you: who, what, when, why, how many. And remember, the problem statement may be determined fully or in part external to the team. And this is especially true if the purpose of the 8D project is to address, say, an injury or other health and safety incident, an audit finding, a regulatory noncompliance, a customer corrective action, or an external complaint, and some other cases. The description will also indicate the scope of the problem. And that's not to say that the area where you're addressing the problem has only one problem, or that this problem only exists in one area, but that's where you're going to focus on. A feature of an effective 8D is that if it addresses the true root cause and has effective corrective actions, it can solve other problems in the area or solve this problem in other areas. So another feature of a problem statement is if you read the opposite of it, that gives you the goal. So as an example, let's say your problem statement is the rate of assembly rejects at final inspection at the Cincinnati household toaster production line has exceeded the established limit of 0.5% for 4 of the last 5 months. The opposite of that would be your goal. So the rate of assembly rejects at final inspection at the Cincinnati household toaster production line has not exceeded the established limit of 0.5% for 5 months. So the problem statement should only contain relevant facts. After all, we are going for fact-based decision making here. Opinions and facts not directly related to the problem should be dropped. The problem statement should describe when and where we see the problem. It does not suggest or imply a solution. And the problem must be objectively measurable in quantity or quality. In this case, the 0.5% is the established limit for rejects. If 1,000 toasters were produced and 4 or fewer were rejected, then you're good. If 5 or more were rejected, then the established limit was exceeded. Now, the threshold for corrective action can be determined in a number of ways. It might have been set through statistical process control, statistically. It may have been established internally as an improvement goal, or it may be externally imposed by a supplier statement of work. If no timeline is set for rejections, the problem, or if there's no quantitative data in there, you can't just say, well, we've had too many rejected toasters lately. There's not enough there to work on. So every once in a while, you might get a project where you're handed this: we've had too many toasters rejected lately. In that case, your team has their work cut out for them in D2. You need to go through the data and determine an attainable reject limit and a time frame. So at this point, you definitely have enough data to show you have a problem, but probably not enough detail or analysis yet to show the root cause of the problem. In the case of toaster rejections, you might also have data on failure modes. And if you can identify the vital few, or the one failure mode, then you can include that in the problem statement. So you would have the rate of assembly rejects due to wiring faults and surface defects, and so forth. So if the problem is a single incident or a nonconformance, you can include a chain of events that describe the flow of events that led to the incident or the nonconformance. You might also want to diagram the process, and if there's a gap between the as executed and as designed process, show those gaps as well. And avoid the temptation when you're doing this to point to one of those gaps and say, there's the problem and there's the solution. You're not there yet. Just describe the problem. It is, after all, human nature to look for these patterns and to want to jump to a solution or a cause. But the whole point of the 8 disciplines process is to have this orderly, fact-based decision-making methodology where you have records of each step. And everybody's going to have some idea going in to the project, what's the root cause or what the solution is going to be. And you may end up being surprised at what the true root cause and the effective solution is going to be. So this is all I have for D2 today. Thank you very much for watching my video. Look for me on YouTube. I'm at QualityMike84. And on LinkedIn, I'm Michael Null. Thank you very much. Goodbye.